All right, hello everybody. We're going to do some Tesla content today. So this is my 2023 Model X Plaid with FSD and hardware 4. I drove this a lot before I got my Cyber Beast. And when I got the Cyber Beast, I just basically parked it in the garage. It's got almost 50,000 miles on it, and that's why I did that, because it was 50,000 miles and basically like 18 months of ownership. So I didn't want to run out the warranty, and I didn't want to be paying the $350 a month for the extended warranty if I just kind of put it on pause, give it a little break, because now I'm putting all kinds of miles on the Cyber Beast. Cyber Beast now has 16,000 miles, and I'll have to do an update on that also. But for now, let's do a revisit on the Model X Plaid. So the Model X Plaid has been amazing. I have not driven this really at all. My wife drove it for a short bit when her car was in the shop. She has a GLE 580, which has the AMG GT hybrid, kind of like, it's like a hybrid power plant. It's got its twin turbo V8, but it has a hybrid component that adds horsepower. So it's kind of a neat system, but it's a 48 volt system, which is kind of problematic. But surprisingly, that engine is problematic. She had 20,000 miles on it. The rear main seal went out, the engine mounts went out, and the transfer case seal went out. And so it was in the shop for a good 3-4 weeks, and she was driving this car in the meantime, and she grew to love this car. And at one point she said, well, I guess that's my new car. And I said, sure, yeah, just drive it, of course, just don't curb my wheels. And she was real careful about it. But when her car came back, she took her car back. She wanted the GLE back. Black is not her thing. She likes white cars. But this car has been pretty amazing. I know a lot of people have had issues with this car as far as rattles and quality issues and fitment issues and Falcon door issues. I haven't had any of that, knock on wood. And I attributed that to the fact that I bought this car, and this is not a flex, this is not a brag. I bought this car before the prices dropped $20,000. So at that time, they weren't selling many of these. In fact, I think they were selling very few, and that's maybe why they dropped the price. But I'm under the opinion that my car is just built better because they had more time. They had more time on the assembly line to build these cars because they were just producing them so slowly at such a short pace. When they dropped the price $20,000, these cars were selling a lot faster, a lot more. I hardly ever saw any new updated Model X's, let alone Model X Plaids. But after they dropped the price, I started seeing them popping up everywhere. And, maybe that led to some issues. They had to ramp up production all of a sudden because they got such a huge price drop that people were just buying them, which is great. And that's why I say it's not a flex, because I would rather have a few quality issues and save $20,000. So, that's not something to brag about. But anyways, 50,000 miles, interior still perfect, no issues. I still dislike the captain's chairs because they don't fold, they just tilt. And I've sat back here a few times. It's not the most comfortable place in the world, but it's not the worst. So can't really complain. The interior has held up beautifully. The carbon fiber still looks great. The steering wheel still looks amazing. I love the yoke way more in this car than I do in the Cyber Beast, the Squircle, because it's wider at the base. It's just a more comfortable steering wheel to hold. I usually keep my hand down here somewhere, and it's just more comfortable having it wide than having it narrow. I wish this wheel came in the Cybertruck. And overall, the fit and finish in this car, the level of detail in this car, having the 2 screens, everything is so much better in here than the Cyber Beast. I really haven't driven this car since I got the Cyber Beast. So I parked it with 48,000 miles. It still has 48,000 miles, maybe 48,500 miles. And so I'm going to start driving it again. I'm just going to have to pay for the warranty, the extended warranty, because these doors are not cheap to fix. I've been lucky but I don't want to be unlucky. So paint has held up really well. I haven't had any issues. Let's see. So getting back into this car, what I've noticed is that this car is supremely comfortable still. It's super quiet, super fast. 1020 horsepower obviously is no joke, but it's so fast compared to the Cyber Beast, it's not even a comparison. I've gotten in trouble a couple times with this car only because it's so fast and it has so much power, in that my wife really got quite upset with me because, you know, I would, you know, hit the gas to squirt into another lane, and it's literally a point and shoot. You just steer it to where you want to go, hit the gas, and boom, you're there. But it's neck snapping. It's actually neck snapping, and that's where I got in a little trouble. She's like, tell me in advance before you do something like that, because, you know, it's hurting my neck. And so I understand, you know, it's a lot of power. It's a big jolt to the body. But so it's more comfortable. It's just in general, you know, obviously more car-like, but that amount of power in a slightly lighter package, lower to the ground, is just definitely sportier and more usable. The Cyber Beast is not very nimble, and it has what, 840, 850 horsepower, I don't know, something like that, but it's not nearly as quick. And the Cyber Beast initially launches hard, but it falls on its face towards the middle or the end. This car, when you stomp on the gas, it just keeps pulling and pulling and pulling. It doesn't let up. The horsepower does not let up. The torque is just there all the way up until it runs out, which is quite amazing. It's a big difference between this and the Beast. Let's see. FSD. The changes in FSD have been nothing short of spectacular. FSD was good before, but now it's just incredible. This is the first time I actually did a long trip using the new FSD changes. It just updated yesterday before I left. And so I was driving, and I realized it's not nagging me anymore. This FSD used to constantly nag me, even when I was doing something as simple as changing the temperature or fiddling with my nav screen, trying to set destinations or look for a supercharger. It would tell me to put my eyes back on the road. And enough of that, and it'll give you a strike on you know, full self-driving. And so what I realized here is that last night, now FSD just doesn't care at all. It doesn't care if I'm looking or not. I would just, to experiment, I'm staring at my nav screen, and it never once told me, get your eyes back on the road. So I don't know what they've done with the latest update, but it's getting damn near close to unsupervised full self-driving. So it tracks perfectly straight. My Cyber Beast biases to the left. It's almost riding the line, hitting the bot dots. This car tracks perfectly straight. From start to finish, it does such an amazing job just tracking the road that it's just, I've been really impressed by this. It's been an amazing update to FSD. And I have hardware 4, I don't have vision. So I can only imagine vision being even better. I mean, not vision, I'm sorry. The front camera, I don't know if that plays into the current FSD modes, but with just vision alone, it's just doing such an amazing job of driving. So I only expect that to improve more and more over time, but so far they've done such a great job. And the new Grock integration has been great too, because last night I put navigate to my office and it just entered the navigation for me. Before, Grock didn't do that. You'd have to use the nav system, use the voice command, and then enter the navigation that way. Now what I noticed was that I can use Grock and say navigate to the nearest supercharger, and it enters the navigation for me, the destination for me. I don't have to hit any buttons or do anything more than just tell it what to do. So Grock has been pretty good too. As far as Cyber Beasts, I'm driving this because my Cyber Beast went into the shop. It's, you know, as you guys know, that truck has been in the shop 6 or 7 times. It's going in the shop one more time because I'm getting a weird front drive unit noise, like the bearings are going out. between 22 and 35 miles an hour, I can hear grinding from the front drive unit. And I think that is a thing on early foundation cars. And mine is not an early foundation, it's a late foundation. So I'm kind of surprised, but anything's possible. So I'm going to have them check that out. I'm having some issues with my tonneau cover, and so I need to have them look at that. And that's pretty much it. So everything else has been okay there. Just the tonneau cover, leaking water, not wanting to maintain preset limits. So it's the auto close, auto stop. It's not doing it. I can't. I have to hold the button down rather than one tap. And the front drive unit, I think, is going bad. Everything else is okay. So that truck now has about 16,000 miles. This is a 2023 I've had for, I think, a couple years now. 2 years. And now it has 50,000 miles, or close to it. But it's been amazing, so I'm gonna keep it. And the reason why I didn't get rid of it in the first place is because depreciation was massively bad on this. Because of that $20,000 price drop, I lost $20,000 off the bat, and then coupled with depreciation after a year and a half, it was a bloodbath. So I just kept it, and because you can't replace it for that kind of money, and I'd rather just keep it than let it go for that kind of money. But anyways, that's my update. So I'll update you guys again when I get my Cyber Beast back.